Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of Notus Annus I've ever done so far. It is 6:40 a.m. So I'm like just over an hour before it's technically tomorrow. At least what all counts tomorrow. I never really end up doing these before midnight, but here I am. I'm kind of rushed on this one, so I think I'm gonna leave all the cool stuff that happened today really until tomorrow when I have some more time to talk about it. So today's just going to be more of Brianne Legbeard. And I'm hoping I stopped when I thought I did. Yeah, where what happened was it was the end of grade 8, and Brianne, not a great partner, not a great friend. Just to summarize it, you can go back and check the other video if you want to see more. And grade 8 was over. A lot of extra stuff happened with me, and we'll just summarize it as I gained a new skill, panic attacks. Therefore, I was super sleep deprived, angry as hell, and didn't give a shit about my future for a while. First day of grade 9, Georgia and I met up after school to discuss our first impressions. See, it was funny, because we saw the same kid. We both thought he had nice hair. He had like little blonde, swooshy. It's quite nice, almost like grade 9. It's just like, oh, your hair isn't like fucking greased down like mine is now, and like turned up because you always wear a hat. Low standards, but he actually did have nice hair. Yeah, so the next day we were hanging out beside the bus stop. I mentioned I'd seen the kid with the nice hair during gym class. She told me he was in her English class. And take a pause, and you might want to remember why I remember those details so specifically. It's because trauma tends to cement things in your brain. Next, Brianne asked, which guy? I told her, I can't tell you. It's an inside joke. You have to tell me. Nobody else here knows what we're talking about, and they don't care, just like they don't care about you. Now remember, I have not slept more than an hour a night for weeks. I had no care for my own life. So Brianne comes over and puts her hands around my neck and starts strangling me. She wasn't doing an amazing job, but I did feel my windpipe being pushed back forcefully. Luckily, my adrenaline response was pretty mellowed out from the constant panic attacks, and the only thought in my mind was they're gonna have to pull her off of me. She was screaming at me to tell her who it was. I was stoned. Nothing really came out. People around us were starting to freak out. Like, go, Brianne, she can't breathe. No, she has to tell me who it was. And eventually, she was actually pulled off me. She immediately tried to grab at me, but the adrenaline kicked in and I just fucking ran. She grabbed onto the handle of my bag and I kept running. I did the whole like turn around, push her away. She was just kind of dragged behind me until I managed to get her off. And I ran all the way down to the city bus stop. Yeah, and then I stayed home for a day. And the next day in school, I made up my mind. If she apologized, I'd forgive her. If she didn't, I'd never talk to her again. She never apologized. I gave her so many opportunities. She was even sat next to me in biology for an hour and a half. Nothing. So I moved on. I stopped talking to the group and once again went down the arduous path of making friends again. Skip to grade 11. I just realized I should see how far I want to go here. Okay, I think I'll probably stop there. Looks like a good little spot. Sorry. Low production value around here. One of the friends I managed to find was a man named Kel. We met during a writing competition, a real one, where there was actual money, and it was really cool. The judge actually went to Oxford, and why she was judging things instead of teaching people, because she was an English teacher, went to fucking Oxford, is because where I live, they won't respect your degree unless it's from here, which is very strange. But, yeah, sorry, getting on a tangent there. Because, how we met him was we found out we were reading the same series, which was The Darker Shade of Magic. And we also realized we were both going on the school trip together. He was 2 years older than me and gay, which is relevant later. We spent a good time together. talking with him and his boyfriend. His boyfriend's named Noah, and this is pretty great. I had 2 reliable friends who were actually very nice and cool, and, you know, sort of in the classes, except, 2 years older than me. There was one little thing, one tiny thing. My old friend group had finally pushed out Brianne, and she lashed onto her crush, Kel. Now you may remember Kel is gay. Brianne is a Legbeard. Therefore, she should respectfully back off and leave their relationship alone. Now, while he was single, she hit on Kel constantly. Not well, but she wrote terrible fanfiction of them together, sang good morning, good night messages. She'd constantly demand hugs. She'd strip whenever she went over to his house to drink. I never got invited to these parties because she'd veto my invitation. I made her uncomfortable. She always did her best to exclude me from talking to them. But then Kel and Noah got together, and it somehow got worse. She'd fawn over them. They were precious little gay beings who could do no wrong. But then wrong happened. In the short summary of relationship drama I can manage, Kel pushed Noah down the stairs at school. There was a witness, and it came out that Noah had been hiding a lot of injuries caused by Kel. Kel stopped talking to anyone and stopped going to school. Of course, nobody tells me anything, so I didn't know. So I was texting Kel. Hey, saw you missed school. You're sick? You didn't hear? No, I didn't see Noah today either. And he realized that I actually had no clue what happened, so I was just texting him like normal. Up until this point, Brianne and I were not friends together, but both of us were still friends with them. If she was there, I wouldn't talk to them. If I was there, she wouldn't talk to them. But the next day, she came up to me and immediately told me anything, which was bad because they both told her explicitly to not say anything. But I was kind of thinking, better to just leave it alone, better to play dumb. It's kind of good that he has somebody to check up on him who he can trust. But her line of thinking was that it was immediately my fault he stopped talking to her, and that was my problem to make him text her again. And she was not waiting. Yeah, so that is part 2 of Brianne the Legbeard story. This is more just kind of backstory stuff for it to get even crazier. My god, it's so bad. But luckily, she gets a little bit of revenge in the next episode. So stick around for that, everybody. See you soon. Take very good care of yourselves.